Think of your last few relationships. Did they bring you more chaos than they did peace? Did you ignore the red flags because you didn't want to be alone? If you're nodding along, and if you're thinking that sounds familiar, by the end of this walk and talk with my main man down there, Rambo, let's go son, we're going to shine a light on the wound that's been driving you to that chaos and how to stop it. But before we go any further and into today's theme, which is self-awareness, all I'm going to do, and what I always do, is ask you this key question, this $1 million question: how are you feeling? How are you feeling, man? How are you feeling? And all I want you to do is skip the mind here, skip the logic, and go into your nervous system. And when you've came to a conclusion of how you're feeling, just summarise it in one word. Is it calm, peaceful, happy, joyful, motivated, inspired? Or are we on the flip side at the moment? Feeling a little bit weighed down with life, stressed, overwhelmed, alone? What is it, man? What is it? And when you've got it, all I want you to do, and if you are brave enough, right, put it in the comments, because, well, I like to see the general vibe, right, of the walk and talks. And if you are coming back here, I'm going to call you my loyal walk and talkers. It's good to see you engaging the messages I'm getting, you are enjoying them, you are sticking the earplugs in, and you are getting out walking with me. And here, and the main man there, Rambo, here son, saying hello. He's chatting in. Right, we come as a twosome, a package, a double team, so we do. And if you're just landing on this today as a newbie, you've just came across me, I will introduce myself. I am Stuart, and over the last 8 years I've helped thousands and thousands of people get their effing shit together, man. Get their shit together physically, mentally and emotionally. I have indeed. And him walking beside me, he's been a big part of the journey. So this is a brand new series. We are starting from scratch today, part one. Right, part one, and I'm calling this the Healed Woman. 6 steps to never, ever fucking attracting chaos again, man. Or never entertaining chaos again. And what I mean by chaos, also known as a muppet, a ball bag, toxic man, wrong man, whatever your description, your definition is of a wounded man, a wounded boy, a boy who comes into your life and causes you mental and emotional chaos. So that is what we're going to cover. And the 6 parts are self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-love, self-control, self-improvement and self-trust. And they'll sound very, very familiar, right, if you've been with me, especially for the Wounded Women series, right, 6 steps to healing yourself. And if you're just coming across, go back and watch that first as well and go through all the steps, and you'll get a general feeling of how we operate on these walking talks. So yes, I'm buzzing to kick it off today with self-awareness. So further ado, man, less of me talking absolute nonsense. Let's get into a little chinwag. Chinwag, do you know what that means in Scottish? A little story, a little bit of gossip for inside my inner circle, for inside my inner shadow circle where all the great work happens. I'm going to give you a wee bit of gossip, man, and let you into a wee story for an amazing woman who worked with me for about a year. Right, she reached out, she connected with one of my posts and says basically she's struggling, she's fell into a spiral right? He self-sabotage with the booze, and lo and behold, you'll know what I'm going to say, a muppet, right? A guy she was dating. So we go on a call, and I'm just chatting through basically what I've said there. She's like, I was married to a narcissist, she called the guy, for 10 years, who abused me, who controlled me, who turned my own fucking kids against me, and I completely and utterly lost myself in that marriage. Self-esteem, self-worth, it was gone, and it took me a lot to leave it and rebuild myself, she says. Rebuild myself. And she says, I thought I was fine 2 years post that marriage, and I started dating again. And she says, this guy is pretty much the carbon copy of my husband. I was suckered in through, basically he was all over her, she says. He was all over me, texting me, telling me how much he loved me, how amazing I was, showering me with gifts and attention. And this went on for like 3 months, and then he just went quiet. He just completely flipped. He stopped messaging me as much, stopped giving me attention. When I did see him, it was awkward. He was starting to put me down. And then it got to a point where I've been just chasing breadcrumbs, chasing attention, chasing his validation. And it's the same thing, I've completely and utterly lost myself. I come home from work, I'm stressed, I'm tired, and I'm hitting the wine. I'm hitting the wine every single night to cope, basically to cope. I can't believe I've got myself back in this situation. Every time I try and pull away, he always draws me fucking back in, and it becomes the same cycle. And I just don't have any, she's like, I just don't have any self-worth, self-belief, and I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to do. And I says, that's okay, man. Like I say, all the women go, that's okay, man, don't worry about it before we get into the nonsense, right, with the Muppet. In fact, I says, let's take the Muppet out the fucking equation at the moment. Let's bin him, and let's focus on you. And that was my whole idea, focusing on her, stabilising her, let's say, sticking a couple of stabilisers on each side and making sure, right, that she was okay, right. And that was the full thing. I was like, we need to build you some confidence back up, some self-esteem. And how we're going to do that is we're going to focus on the thing that you're using at the moment to cope. Right, cope with life's pressures, stresses, which was alcohol. So the first thing I did was build her some non-negotiables, a little exercise plan, a little step target to get walking, a little walking target in the evenings to combat where she was doing the most damage. Come on, son. Right, the most damage she was doing at night was coming home from work and boozing. So we combated that with getting out a walk, listening to good positive podcasts and things, just to change up her routine and get her feeling good about herself, building, as I say, build the foundations. That was the main objective, I says to her. I says, then all this that you've just told me about, we've got to take care of that, right, through different aspects of a programme that I work through, right, in my inner circle, in my transformation programmes such as inner child, attachment, boundaries, etc. And then she had a massive breakthrough, and it came one Monday night when we were covering the attachment module. Right, attachment module in my programme, 4 weeks, right, a deep diving into attachment theory. And for me as a coach, and you've probably realised, I don't even class myself as a fucking coach. I class myself as a mirror. A mirror now, because I realise we get bombarded, or you women and men, come on son, he's absolutely bloody knackered, isn't he? Look, and he's absolutely done in me, Rambo, so he is, isn't you, boyo? Come on, keep walking son. Yeah, you get bombarded with so much information, man. It's like information overload, your brain's fried, and it's what's the next quick fix. So I've realised and evolved over the years and understood about my own journey in coaching a lot of women is you have the answer. You have the answer, man. You have the answer deep within you. And how I draw that answer out is by asking these good fucking questions. Right? Asking good, powerful questions that make you search inward, search into your soul. Search into your soul, man. Right? Go to the depths of your soul. Go to the depths of your shadow. Go to the depths of where you've buried that little girl so far deep. That's where the answers lie. And the one question I asked, right, this Monday night, and it was on a group coaching call, and I call them power, right, power questions, because they bring a lot of empowerment to the women, right, loads and loads of empowerment. And the question I ask is, when did you first love? When did you first love? I never asked that, when did you first love? I says, when did you first learn that love leaves you? That was my question. When did you first learn that love leaves you? And I opened it up to the group, and as I always do, I give them some reflection time to journal, to come on son, write down their insights and do the shadow work. And then brave woman, she stepped forward in front of another group of women on the Zoom, and she shared about her dad, who just got up and left at 5-year-old. She also shared some really vulnerable stuff about the stepdad, who was a replacement, was an abusive drunk. And she broke down. She broke down in tears in front of the group of women, man. And it was really, really powerful, because it was a breakthrough moment. Our life, let's say our relationships, passed before our eyes. Everything started to connect. All the dots started to connect. Right? She learned early at 5 that love, right? Love leaves you. And she also learned that she had to keep quiet. She had to stunt her voice, right? To keep the peace. And the connections of the dots of that abandonment early started to go, wow, that's played out. That full story's played out in my adult life as an adult woman, of my wound, of saying, don't abandon me, do not abandon me. That attachment, that little girl that she buried, right, it played out, and we connected the dots. So, as you're probably well aware, I'm going to ask you the exact same question. The exact same question, and you've probably already, come on son, you've probably already been thinking about it, haven't you? You've probably been scratching about, going, when was the first time that you felt love, right? Love left you, or love leaves you, right? When was the first time, right, you felt that love left you, right? When was it? And that is, come on son, that is my question. Right, take a wee moment, reflect on it, take a wee pause if you're out with me walking, right, relax and take a wee minute to yourself, a wee breath, and see if you can connect the dots yourself in terms of, in terms of what I've just shared there with my client's story. And that was a massive breakthrough moment for her. A lot of weight fell off her shoulders because it was a light bulb moment, a big light bulb moment. But where do we go? Right, where do we go from there? Now that we know, or now that we connect the dots to, let's say our childhood, our upbringing. Right, we connect the dots to very, very similar feelings when we've maybe been abandoned, or we felt love leaves us when we're younger. We overcompensate that with people pleasing, with searching for validation, for searching for fucking Muppets, wounded men, to tell us empowered women, or you empowered women, right, that you're good enough for them, or that they love you, when these absolute Muppets can't even give it to themselves. They can't even give it to themselves, man. So how do we move forward from here? And one of the little methods I teach, right, go on Rambo, my women, right, is, it's called tag it. Tag it and bag it. If you want a wee bit of banter with it, tag it and ball bag it. And what I mean by tag it is this. Trigger is the first T. Awareness is the A. And gut feeling, right, is the G. So tag. So trigger comes first. And I'm going to use a scenario. The same scenario. I'll put you in the scenario, or put you in the same scenario as my client in that relationship when she was dating that man. That man who love bombed her, the old fucking therapist chap. Love bombed her. Was all over her like a bad rash. Telling her, let's say he was selling her a dream with affection, attention, telling her how good she was, and then he pulled the rug. Right, he pulled the rug from under her feet. He goes quiet. The texts get less. The meetups get less. When you do meet up, it is silence. It is putting you down. It is nipping away at your self-worth, your self-belief. And that, right, that is the trigger. That's the trigger there. That's what triggers us. Think about that. That is the trigger, right? The pulling back, the less messages, the going quiet, the always seeing them in your terms. And when you recognise the trigger, Rambo son, come on, he's just plodding along, he's absolutely done in. Yeah. It comes awareness. Awareness of your emotion. Awareness of your feeling. And when you've been triggered, when the Muppet has pulled back or whatever it may be, or he is playing with you, playing games, doing you the silent treatment, where is that emotion? What is that emotion that's building up in your body? Is it anxiety? Where do you feel that anxiety? Are you feeling it in your chest, in your head? Where are you feeling it in your body? Right, where are you feeling it? Because this is important. Right, it's real important. So we can clock it, we can tag it. Then comes the gut. Right, the gut is the voice, isn't it? That little voice. That voice where you're saying, should I just chase after him? Should I text him one more time? Should I phone him? Should I allow him to disrespect me and go back? And then you've got the other gut, the little girl inside you saying, please don't fucking abandon me. Please don't abandon me. You know this Muppet. Come on, son. You know this Muppet is not good. No good for you, man. You know he's not good at all. So please don't go there. Please don't go there. And that gut feeling is that little girl. That little girl who was abandoned at 5 by your father. That little girl who the replacement was, who was the drunk abusive, who learned to keep quiet for safety, for peace. That is the little girl who watched her mum fucking abandon herself. That's that little girl in there, scared, frightened and saying, I'm here, don't abandon me. And do you know what she's wanted to do? Do you know what she's want? That's her just want to feel seen. She just want to feel seen. She's want to feel seen, man. And that is now, right, your job to make her feel seen, to reassure her here. And use this little, go through that little method. The tag, right, the trigger, the awareness of the emotion building up in your body and the voice. Right, your gut feeling, speaking to you, that little girl inside. And for you, the adult here, to speak to her back and reassure her that it's cool. It's cool. And this is where we've got the choice, innit? This is where the choice, and this is where the bag it comes in. Tag it, be aware, right, of the wound, the abandonment, and then make the choice to bag it. And what I mean bag it is bag the fucking muppet. Right, you put him in a bag and you walk away for the disrespect. You ghost him as hard as he's fucking ghosted you. So you become a distant memory in his mind. Or you let it go. You make the choice to let it go, to not abandon yourself, to bag the feeling, the emotion, and not to let it overpower you, override you. So you end up chasing, so you end up losing yourself. So you don't end up chasing and you don't end up losing yourself, and you don't end up self-sabotaging yourself with the booze, like my client was, to cope with the emotion, to cope with the overwhelm and stress and pressure. So that is our now, that's now our self-awareness method, the tag it and bag it. And I'm sure you all remember that, tag it and bag it. And then if it's a muppet, you can categorise it as a ball bag it. Oh, having a wee laugh with myself here. That's the thing when you go on these healing journeys, man, right? As I say to my clients, I go, fuck me, man. Doesn't it need to be all doom and gloom? Yeah, we've all been working through trauma, what through trauma is, we're fucking dealing with arseholes in our life, whatever it may be, but have a laugh with it, innit? Have a wee bit of a crack with it, man. Right, wee names in it. I love that name, Muppet. Summarises it well. And that's why I used to call my wee inner, my own inner child, wee inner Muppet, causing me mental and emotional chaos. So it was. So I have a laugh with it. Remember, it's not too these healing jobs, they don't need to be too serious, as I say to my clients, is we can do the hard work, hard graft, the shadow work, the reflections, come to terms with the things that I've said to you here. Right, the things that I've said to you here, it might be a light bulb moment for you, you might be going, fucking hell, everything he says makes sense, and he's got his wee sidekick with him, his little sidekick with him and all, charging along. Tag it and bag it method when it comes to awareness, the wounds, the triggers, recognising chaos, recognising men that are not good for you, not compatible with you, and know when it is your wound, right? It is your wound that's driving the show, that's driving you back there, and it's not love, it's not chemistry, it's not the spark, it's the wound that takes you back. And that comes with tagging it, bagging it, and then carrying on with your life, carrying on with your personal development, carrying on with your healing, carrying on with loving yourself, carrying on with all the great things that you've got going on for you, validating your damn self, being your own internal booster, man. Being your own internal booster. So that comes to the wrap up of the very, very first, right? The very first part, awareness of, right, why you attract, right, toxic men, or how to not attract toxic men, or to be honest, toxic men, every type of man has got to still approach you. He's still got to chase you. He's still got to shoot his shot, because you as a woman, as the key holder to the number one thing a man wants, is sex. That's what he wants. So you as a woman, you're the key holder to that. So you don't be under any illusion that you still are going to attract a variety of men, from toxic to good to whatever type of man is still got to hitting you. But what this awareness is obviously so you stop entertaining the ones that are causing you mental and emotional chaos, that you're aware, right, that it's your wound speaking, that it's your little inner child saying don't abandon me. So that wraps up the part, awareness. Next Sunday we are moving on to self-acceptance and never settling, right? Never settling for less than you fucking deserve. And I'm looking forward to that one. That one's got to be, we've got to have a laugh with it, let's put it that way. We'll have a wee laugh with it. And we'll make sure that you never settle for less than you deserve. That's for sure. So, as always, if you're enjoying the walk and talk with me and Rambo, and you're out there getting your steps in, don't forget to comment, like, and get involved, right, man? I'm calling you my loyal walking talkers now. Get involved in the page, get involved in the channel, right? This is what it is, this is it, you're a part of it. I'm loving this, I'm absolutely loving it. And if you want to go deeper on this snizzle, right, you want to come into the inner circle, right, and do a deep dive on your healing, your journey, your 6-month journey, right, going through inner child, attachment, boundaries, nervous system safety, you name it, the lot, then just go to the description and you'll see a little link, right, for my 6-month coaching programme, right. So we'll wrap up there. So see you next Sunday, man. Cheers.